And yes, we are live. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is the very first Inner Circle webinar of 2026. Yes, our year already begun. It is 2026 and you're welcome. Today is going to be one of those days where you receive the first dose of Inner Circle webinar. For those of you who are just new yarders, how has it been in the yard in the past 4 days? It's been 4 days in the yard. Some of us have been overwhelmed in the yard. Some of us are not, getting around it. Some of us have actually been able to actually hit the ground running. Do you know why? It's very obvious. Some of us are coming from a lot. Some of us are coming from a lot, a lot. Some of us are coming from a lot, a lot, a lot. Our allotness will determine how we settle in the yard. And we extend grace to you. So somebody said, the things that you've said every time, you guys have posted over and over, people are still not reading. And I said to the person, Inner Circle is like a hospital. Some people come half healed. Some people come and they are starting to get healed. Some people come and this is the beginning of their treatment. We're here for all of it. We extend grace, grace to all of you. But while at it, please start to move fast. Time is going. It's already 4 days to go. Before you know it, Inner Circle will run to the end of time. So you need to stand up and begin to actually run. But I'm sure that in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you will begin to settle in better. But Inner Circle is a properly structured system. There is nothing to be unsettled about. Number one thing you need to note is that every Thursday, there is a webinar. However, in the month of December, because of your allotness, we only give you one webinar. So that your allotness will be able to, help you settle in, do your assignment and all of that. From January, it is goes back to back. Every week, there is a webinar. So this month, you're only getting one webinar, and you would have to do your assignment after that webinar to get you to settle in. And even reading of books, you begin to read properly and do your reviews in January, right? Every day, there is a voice note, Monday to Friday, apart from weekend. Saturday and Sunday, there are no voice notes. But you always get an explanation of the tool. I'm taking my time to actually share with you also so that you will be able to put a lot of things together. And I think I should explain the journal now before I start the class, because maybe by the time we finish the class, we will not even have, the time or even the how to actually come and start, all of these together. Let me have the journal, please, the two of them, all right? And I want to be able to just show you what the journal looks like so that it doesn't look, you're not confused, all right? Because people have been asking, which one is the journal? Which one is it? Let me tell you a little secret. I'm sure my mom is here listening to me. So my mother called me yesterday and said to me, I don't have hard copy journal. So how am I going to journal the thing? So as you're listening to me now, I'm preparing journal to get to my parents' house. As you're listening to me today, nobody is exempted. The journey is yours. So when we're done talking, I say, Mommy, this journey is yours to work. I won't even work it for you. So your tools, you need to do it yourself. By the time we're done, I just said, okay, coach. And then she went and her tools were done. Inside here, I'm not your child. I'm not your sister. I'm not your friend. I am not anything to you apart from VC. Capish. It doesn't matter who is here. Inside the Inner Circle system, VC is my role. My role is the role of a VC. My role is the role of a coach. And that is what I will provide. So I am not for you to say, hey, is this? Be minded. I'm not your sis. So inside this place is serious business all through. Good morning. I can see my mother. Good morning. So you have 2 journals. I always recommend that you get hard copy journal. 2 journals that we created in the academy to help you with your work. Number 1 is my intentional parenting journey. 365 days journal. You will see it, a name written on it. In your cohort, we have shared this. It is free if you can print it on your own. You decide. But if you want to buy it, the distributors also have copies. Actually, we don't print it. We have outsourced the printing to a company to print it because the others insisted they wanted, hard copy. I ordered 5 of it. Go and ask questions. I ordered from the publishers. So I am also on a journey. I ordered 5 copies, even though one of my team members took 1. So I have 4 as we speak. But I ordered 5 copies myself. I don't subscribe to e-copies. If you can, by all means, get a hard copy. This hard copy is also available on Amazon. Wherever you are, you can just get into Amazon and buy a copy. Now, here is the thing. Every day, you are required to do the tool of the day. If you look at the content, you see tool of the day. I'm using the hard copy so that you can see it. You see a quote. So let's take, for instance, we're doing for December the 1st. So this is your tool on a daily basis. This is one of the most important things to do in the inner circle, journaling. You see the quote. If you don't teach your children the joy of giving, the society will teach them the greed of getting. Connection tool of the day today will be to create your family media plan and your family governing system. The wisdom nugget can be anything that you learned today from a yada, from a, whoever, all right? And then even from the class. You write something you're proud of. You write something you're grateful for. You write a reflection from today's tool. And then you write your comments and your reminders. I have my own copy. It's at home. I would have actually brought to you the one I've already written. That said, this is how your journal is. That's all you need to write on a daily basis. It does not take you more than 1 minute to be able to, do this. All right? Shout out to you, Coach Omolola. Coach Omolola have been here 7 years and counting. Shout out to you, Ashanti others. So that's all you need to do. Every day you bring out your journal, you do it. Please, I advocate in the inner circle, anything you're doing, try with a hard copy. If you have a guide, print it out. Get a printer if you can. The journey is a long journey. Somebody said, Coach, I've not, there's a lot of resources to buy. There's a lot to put you. There is a lot. I won't even lie to you. That's the truth. But that's what makes you. That's what makes you. Because leadership is actually something that you would need to walk through. And this is part of your walking through. Then you have the second webinar, the second journal. This second journal is a 52-week review journal. You're supposed to review it on a weekly basis. So every week, you come to your journal and then you go to the date. If you read, it's actually easy. It's actually easy for you to go through. All right? And you will see communication. How did you nurture relationship this week? You chronicle it. This journal is part of what you will bequeath your generations to come. And in this class, you know why you need to journal. If you understand the process of family systems, then you understand that this journaling is the best thing you must do and you need to do. If you decide that you want to do electronic journaling and all of that, beautiful. But we advocate hard copies in the inner circle, which is something that we're also using to, reshape the culture of our children being able to put a lot of these things together. Now, there is gratitude journal, money journal, all those journals are their choices, personal choices. The others have heard me. Like I use a money journal. I belong to the Money Click system at the Naira Academy. So we have money journal. So I journal is personal. It's not part of your process. But the others hear it and they go and get it and they use it. We have a testimony journal in my house. We have kept a testimony journal for 16 years and counting. So it's your choice. When people come to us and say, oh, we're going through something, the first thing we give them is our testimony journal. I have a gratitude journal, right? That I actually chronicle on a daily basis. I love to journal. I understand what journal, is. All right. Shout out to you, my money coach, the Naira Academy. So we journal, right? I belong to the Couples Conclave at the Marriage Still Academy. God is here. Somewhere is listening to me. And at the Marriage Still Academy also, we have a journal. So my husband and I sit and we do what it's called couples marriage dinner. And during our management, we journal through. So journaling is part of our lives in this place. Writing, there's a connection in your head with writing. So somebody said I must add testimony journal to yourself. So I'm sharing these things. They are not part of your curriculum, but see, some people's lives will actually change the way you do things. Apart from what you hear as the curriculum in this place, you will buy a lot of things. So you see that Christmas clothes, just wash it. You need pods instead this Christmas. That's the truth. You need to be able to curate your system. You need to get the Christmas bundle and be able to create a Christmas that works. So my point is, there's a lot for us to do. Do you know, every time Inner Circle begins, I begin to understand that our parenting is faulty again and again. We have raised the people who cannot really stay on a thing and see it through. I was in my meditation this morning, I was listening to Bishop David Oyedepo, my father in the Lord, by the way. And he was saying something about leadership. And he said, leadership is not about leading, it's about leading so boldly in your field that people naturally refer to you. Leadership is not about occupying a position, it's about accomplishing a feat. And it's taking the lead, it's not waiting for it. Certificates will always produce workers. Sacrifice produces leaders. That's why when people come to the Inner Circle and ask me for certificate, it doesn't exist. We're talking about the sacrifices that you are able to make. That's what we're talking about. It's about becoming the principles that others can learn from. That's what parenting is about. So every day, you're not just raising your children, you're setting an example. You're setting an example. You're modeling a standard. You're shaping a life that one day that will lead others. So if you understand leadership, you understand parenting. So if you master leadership, you transform your home. Oh, you will. Because in parenting, just like leadership, your life is the curriculum. Your life is the curriculum. And the first assignment of leadership is the management of self. Leadership begins long before influence, applause, recognition. That's with self-management. Knowing where you're going, knowing what it takes for you to get there, committing yourself to the journey that you want to go the extra mile. And when the path demands it, the path is demanding it now. You are in the Inner Circle. It's not like what you know. You have lived your life on ease for so long. It's okay. The Bible says, woe unto them that ease in Zion. You have lived in so much ease. And it's fine. Are you not tired of living in ease? Are you not tired of trying to actually do things the same way you have done it for so long? Give me a minute. Let me change my network because it's about to go down. Because I can see that I have a little bit of business somewhere around my network. All right, I think we're ready and we're set. Now, knowing where you are going, knowing what it takes, committing yourself to the journey, going the extra mile. Your comfort is comfortable. Get out of it. How did they? Yeah, I'm overwhelmed. Chat, you have been too comfortable. That's why you're overwhelmed. Life is not a dress rehearsal. Rise is serious, is serious. And until your field is clearly defined, your leadership potential will remain hidden in shadows. It is what bets direction. Direction is what bets discipline. Discipline is what bets the kind of result that will announce you. To be able to manage yourself, you need to be able to watch your leadership shine. It's in self-management. Knowing where you are going is a great task. But knowing how to get there is even a greater task. It's even a greater task. This is how you will get there. You have created vision board. You have done vision every year. You have done everything for so long. Are you not tired? That every year you count what you have achieved, you are not there. Because there is work to be done. Direction gives you vision, but strategy gives you movement. We're here to start strategy with you. Anyone can point to a destination, but it's only those who understand the pathway to destination will arrive there. Clarity without strategy is just wishful thinking. I am very giving to vision. I am very giving to whatever it is that you have seen. But if you refuse to do the work, that vision dies. That vision dies. Leaders don't dream. Parents don't dream. True parents who can get better transformation don't just dream. We map, we plan, we walk the route with discipline. Yesterday night, we got home at around about 10 p.m., if I'm not mistaken, from my husband's nephew's wedding to the children's school event. Yes, we still attended the school event yesterday. Shocking, yes. And nothing missing, nothing broken. We still wrote letter. We still did everything. You think it's easy? It's not easy. It's not a parenting plan. I'm overwhelmed. It's not a parenting plan. Stop. Ask yourself, how do I move from here? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even whatever it is and how long it is that you have actually screamed and shouted, it doesn't produce result. Excuses are cheap. Those that make them are not wise. If that vision that you created at the beginning of this year didn't get you the required result, then move. You're too comfortable where you are. Vision is great, but destiny does not answer to vision alone. Oh, it doesn't. Vision is powerful. We thank God for it. It gives you sight, direction, picture. But vision alone does not guarantee arrival. Destiny does not bow to dreams. Destiny answers to discipline, strategy, sacrifice, consistency. Consistency. People are where they are still where they should be, but only few people become what they have seen. Only few people become what they have seen, because destiny is not fulfilled by what you imagine. It is fulfilled by what you're willing to become. What are you willing to become? It's about the sacrifices. It's not about the wish. All of us have wished. Every single one of us have the same opportunity. Don't kid yourself. Vision is a seed. Work, wisdom, discipline. They are the water, the sun, the soil. Without them, the seed die. I appreciate people who are vision coaches, but trust me, if it stops there, it doesn't mean anything. And for you to win on a vision, right? Vision will set the destination. You need the quality of skill at your disposal. That's what helps you to win. But skill determines the speed. That's what determines the speed. The reason you are overwhelmed is that you have not built capacity. It's capacity to build. That's what you need. You need capacity. You need to manage your time. That's what you need. And that's why you are here. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You rise to the level of your competence. How competent are you? How stable are you? A sharp vision with a dull skill set is still a delayed destiny. Your destiny will be delayed. But when your vision meets with skill, it meets with mastery, it meets with capacity, results become predictable. Who told you that you cannot predict the success of your parenting? It is predictable. Or you can predict it. People say to me, you don't know what it is that will be tomorrow. No. If you understand the principles of where you are going, then believe you me, you will not be afraid of where it is that your children will get to. So if you want to win with your vision, upgrade the quality of your skills in your hands, because God will give you vision, but you supply the competence that sustains it. You supply the competence. Supply the competence. So if you're overwhelmed, you don't have capacity. That's the first thing you want to take in today. You need to build capacity. We leave things to chance, especially in this part of the world. With the mantra, God will do it. There is God that we hand over chance. God actually handed over responsibility to us. There's no substitute for skill. None. Not in business, not in leadership, not in parenting. There is no substitute. Prayer is powerful. Grace is real. Believe you me, I am a student of grace. I have walked the grace of God on planet Earth. But even at that, I recognize that it doesn't excuse ignorance or replace competence. You will pray and you don't learn. You hope and you don't build capacity. You desire great children, but you don't develop great parenting skills. You want your children to just become without you doing anything. How? You will fail at it. The painful outcome is very predictable. Result always answer to skills. Always. Even God expects worship, not wishful thinking. You cannot keep leaving critical issues like the destiny of your children to chance. Parenting requires knowledge, requires strategy, requires you self-control, requires sacrifice. That's what makes you that parent. That's what makes you that parent. Sacrifice. How much are you willing to sacrifice for your life? For your life. That's what we're talking about. People are talking about you will prefer to do nails for 20,000 than to buy resource for 5,000 naira. Are you kidding me? That means you're not ready for your waka. Oh, you're not ready. That means your destiny is a joke to you. We haven't started. Are you really ready for this class? Are you really ready? It's 20 minutes in. Let's go to where it is that we're going to. Family. Family as the business. Designing your family governance system and media plan. I hope you came to this class with that media plan and your family governance system. I say, hey, resources to buy. You will buy resources. It's your work. So by the time you see yourself in 365 days, even people around you will not recognize. They will know that you came. They will know that you came. They will know that you came. God won't fix what you don't prioritize. Start with your family. God will not fix what you don't prioritize. A family without priorities will eventually sacrifice its future on the altar of convenience. On the altar of convenience. Parents who chase money but neglect their children will one day pay a price no currency can ever cover. You want to bring to me how busy you are. Congratulations to you, sir. Congratulations to you, ma. It doesn't change anything. Changes nothing. When you give your children the remnant of your time, you teach them that they are worthless and that they are worth, anything than distraction. If you are too busy as a parent, someone else will actually do the work. Don't just complain about their methods. Don't just complain about their methods. Don't complain. Don't complain. I was reading a particular Bible verse in Mark 7:27, and it was talking about the Syrophoenician woman. I'm not I'm an Igbo girl. Help me to pronounce it if you can, and it's fine. Now, when you give your children the crumbs of your time, the crumbs of your attention, the crumbs of your energy, you inadvertently rob them of the opportunity to fully embrace their God-given identity. I was reading that scripture and it struck me. That woman was not part of the covenant people. So she was offered crumbs instead of the fullness at the table of blessings. So while her faith was strong, her initial exclusion highlighted her position as an outsider. So when children receive leftover of your crumbs, of your time, of your attention, they internalize one message: I am not priority. And of course, this leads to insecurity, low self-esteem, distorted sense of identity. Look at us now. Shine the light towards you. You know something, you can't come out. I'm really a backyarder. Most of it is self-esteem, pride hidden in self-esteem. Some of it. No, it's not that you're too busy. No, you're not. You're busier than us. No, you're not. It's just, it's a level of self-esteem that actually you needed to deal with from where you're coming from. Give your children intentional quality time. And that's what you need. Now, let me tell you another thing I saw in that scripture. Crumbs fail to nourish identity. Now, the table's bread represented the fullness of provision, healing, love, belonging. Crumbs is better than nothing. I agree with you. But they are insufficient for nourishment. Insufficient for nourishment. Now, children need consistent guidance. Intentional parenting for you to grow. God ordained identities hidden in intentional parenting. Crumbs of time, crumbs of attention will stunt their growth in every area. There's another thing that I found reading that scripture. Crumbs create a cycle of craving. Now, that woman, the Canaanite woman, she begged for crumbs because she recognized that even the smallest portion of Jesus' power will heal her daughter. I get it. But when you leave your children to receive leftovers, they begin to crave even more attention, scream, seeking validation, and all of that. See, even when they give, as they are giving you crumbs, they are looking for more. You need to give your children bread. Number 4, crumbs will rob your children of the seat at the table. Jesus emphasized that bread was for children. That's what Jesus said to that woman. And Jesus said to her, if you're not on the table, the table is for children. The crumbs is for dogs. When you give your children crumbs, you make them dogs. That's what you do. That's what you do. When you prioritize other commitment over your children, you are just saying that the children place at the table is not secure. It robs them of their identity. It robs them of valued member of the system. And your children are wondering, am I here? Am I not here? Most of us couldn't wait to run away from our homes. Why? If you really had a seat at the table. Why? And crumbs will hinder fulfillment of purpose. Her faith, that woman's faith, became the barrier of crumbs. But she had to fight for what others at the table received freely. People at the table were eating bread without having to think through. The woman was fighting for crumbs on the floor. When children are given crumbs, they grow up feeling the need to fight for love, to fight for approval, to fight for belonging. That's the ability to focus on fulfilling their God-given purpose. Look at all of us. We all finished being raised, and we don't know why we're here. And you say that, oh, we turned out okay. Most of us don't know why we're here. In our 50s, in our 60s. I've been privileged to work with people in their 60s, 50s, 70s. I don't know why they've come here. If you don't become, your children can't become. There's something about you linked to the becoming of your children in life. God has entrusted us with the responsibility of nurturing. And the greatest inheritance you can leave your children with is not wealth. It is a worthy identity. A child without a sense of identity becomes an adult searching for significance in the wrong way. Everywhere. God doesn't bless confusion. You need to teach your children who they are. Who they are. Identity is not discovered in trends, it's discovered in truth. You don't define your child's purpose. I said at the induction, your child, you are the destiny of your child. And if you do not listen to that induction, you are wrong. You're wrong. You already have a rebellious spirit. And we cast you and bind you inside this place. We don't rebel here. Prophecy flows from covenant that God makes with his people. When God made a covenant with Abraham, he defined Abraham's identity as the father of many nations. Abraham's identity as the chosen one. And that's it. Now that is, you begin to believe that that's what happened from generation to generation. From generation to generation. Now, a strong family. We're talking about family as a business. Families are not created for fun. Families are created for fulfillment of prophecies. You didn't just marry or start to raise a family because it was fun. Most of us did it for fun. But today, there's an realignment. You need to realign your purpose of your family. That's why you must look at your family and run with it like your life depends on it, because it does. God has put you in the family for a reason. God has brought your children in the family for a reason. There's a messiahness required for you to actually shepherd in the life of your children, to bring them to an expected end. God is trusting you to be able to do that. Love doesn't build families. Oh, principles do. Principles do. Principles do. Feelings can hold up what commitment and discipline creates. I feel. That's why in this place, you don't feel like doing it. You don't feel like doing your tools. You think I felt like doing the tools yesterday? Oh, you think I felt like going for a school event yesterday? I didn't feel like. I'm bound by principles of my life. That's it. Feelings will fail you at all times. Feelings. Your feelings are not as important on the journey of life. It's important on the journey. A strong family starts with a marriage grounded in values, not feelings. Faith without strategy is wishful thinking. Even God built with plan. A family without a vision It's just a group of people waiting to fall apart. So the first thing you create in the inner circle is your family vision. And now we've added your family governing system. So if you go through your guide, you're going to see the governing system of that whole family system. And I'm going to be walking through with you, right, on that family governing system. All right. And that's something that you would want to put together. Parenting without vision is just glorified babysitting. Parenting without a vision is just glorified babysitting. Did you hear me? Parenting without a vision is just glorified. If you don't have a vision for your parenting, you are just a glorified babysitter. That's the truth. You are just a glorified babysitter. You just don't know it because your family is not going anywhere. People that don't know where they are going will always never arrive anywhere. They will never arrive anywhere. So every successful business thrives on two core principles: a strong value system and a clear vision. It's the same thing. Let me share something with you that I noticed, while I was doing my research for this conversation, before we, talk about building that whole system of our family structure. Now, I did the research and I found the family of the Rockefeller family. The Rockefeller family runs their family like a business, and I'm going to share with you how you can apply it in your family. They are one of the longest lasting family dynasties in the modern history. So for over 7 generations, they have maintained wealth, they have maintained influence, they have maintained values, they've maintained stability. Why? Because they do not run their family emotionally. It's not an emotion. They run their family as an institution. Institution that have systems, institution that have structures, institution that have clear governing principles. So many of our families are running on guesswork, reactivity, discipline, no strategy, hoping that your children will turn out well. That's why you jump in here. You think that somebody's going to spoon feed you to read the charts. You're welcome to the place where people are made. Nobody will spoon feed you here. You will do the work yourself, dear others. But the Rockefeller families were built on clarity, values, governance, communication, long-term planning. A family is the first organization you lead. If it fails, then you fail. The Bible records that in leadership, one of the first things you can do is to go back to your family. That's where wisdom starts. That's where you start. You cannot lead it casually. You can't lead it casually. Stop leading your family casually. And of course, I'm going to give you an assignment at the end of this conversation. And that assignment, you are going to submit it. Yes, you heard me right. Don't submit it, we'll take you out. And we're unapologetic about it. We'll take you out. This is very important. All right? Very, very important for you to note. Sorry, give me one. Now, the first principle you notice with the Rockefeller family, right, is governance. Governance. They don't guess, they govern. They have a constitution. If you are born into the Rockefeller family, there's a constitution that guides your decision across generations. No guesswork. No guesswork. That constitution defines who they are, what they stand for, how decisions are made, family conflicts are handled, how children are groomed, how money is used, how leadership is transferred. They don't parent by culture. They parent by constitution. You need a constitution. Part of what you're going to be creating with the family governing system is your family constitution. Your family must run on something that will hold them together. Do you know why you wake up one day and you're chasing your children, who they will marry, who they will not marry, why they will not marry that? It's because there is no constitution. In our home, there's nothing like it pleases down. Yeah, that's on all the others understand what I'm talking about. You just go and cocoa one person. Cocoa telling them at my house. And if you're not Igbo, why now? Please get ready. Your coach is an Igbo girl. And then you now come to the house with the person just because you fell in love. How? Where? How? Where? There are principles to this thing. There is what you must do. There is what you must do. So we don't start fighting when the children are old. No. You start building from the beginning. So if you're younger, your children are toddlers, please sing hallelujah. That's the best thing that ever happened to you in your life as of today. Be grateful. That means you can program and culture. You can program and culture. If your children are already old, then you need to go back to rebuilding. You need to go back to rebuilding. I hope you came to this class with your yellow blanket, with red trimmings. If it doesn't have red trimmings, please go and sew it. And if you're wondering what the yellow blanket is, it's a blanket to cover you from bad moods and all the things that you're getting. And let's go. Now, how can you craft this for your family? Creating a family governing, document. Now, if you look at the family governing document and you look at what it is that you are supposed to, you're supposed to do, you will see that in that document, there's a place that says you need to create your family constitution. That's section 1. Some people came to me and said, see not the same family value. We have moved, we have left you. If you only have family value, you are still at the surface. Because creating a vision doesn't really do anything. If a constitution can't run it, that vision is not useful. That vision is not useful. Trust me. So you need a constitution and you need to follow through with the constitution. So families will run like organizations. And of course, that functions better with structure, just like every other successful, organization. So I'm reading from the section 1. So you need to have clear rules, clear policies, clear processes. That's what is going to reduce conflict. And there has to be accountability. Now, of course, there's an exercise that you need to do. There has to be a family history journal that you can pass through generations. Begin to chronicle your family history journal. Some of us, our parents die, we're looking for who they are. Do you know that many of us don't know who our parents are? We don't know who they are. We don't know the things they've done. We're looking for picture. We're looking for their life. Life is not chronicled. I said to somebody, I said, the day I pass out, everything about my life will be in one document. Everything. One series, one documentary. I'm going to build documentary for every 10 years of my life. I already started at my 40th. Every 10 years of my life is a documentary about what I have done in the last decade. Because I don't want my life to just be everywhere. So you need to create a governing document. In that document, if you don't have children, better for you. My husband and I created a family governing document before the children were born. At the time where we were getting married, he said to me, I don't want this marriage to go the way that others have gone. We need to sit down and craft a system. He shared the details in his book, Building Your Marriage Plan. It's not part of what you're reading, but it will be good for you to get it and read it. Or better still, join the couples conclave to help to begin to build your marriage. Now, what did we do? We came together and we built a system that's going to actually help us. So that even when the children arrive, they understand. They understand that this place, there's a way to actually roll. There's a spiritual foundation. How are you going to run it? If you look at that, tool, you will see how you're supposed to reflect on. So the first thing you need to do is to create your family vision, your family values, and your family history. And that's where you start. And what you're submitting to us is your family values, your family vision, and your family mission and history. That's what you're submitting to us. I'm going to show you samples of what it is that we have. And your family vision must be created and visible in an area of the house that is commonplace. Ours is on a particular part of the stairs. I think it's on the second part of the second floor of our stairs. So every day it's not like you don't know who you are. You know who you are. We know where, all of us know where we're coming from. All of us know where we're coming from. It's very important. Then, of course, you will need to put their reflective questions to answer. How does knowing our family history shape the way we live? This question will help you. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. That's the beautiful thing about the inner circle. There's no reinvention of the wheel. Get into that family, governing system. Go to page, what page is this? Go to page 8 of that 95-page document. You will see the reflective questions, put it together, frame it up together to become that part of what it is that you're building. As we are going, your constitution will be moving. You can't finish your family constitution in one class. You can't even finish it in 1 year. So as you keep going, your family constitution will keep going, we keep, putting up, and then, but the first thing you want to do is to create a base for it. All right? Create a base for it. That's the very first thing that you want to do. So that base, this, the whole system will help you to create that base. So if you look at the section 1, you see that family constitution, and then you see how you can draw up a constitution using a guiding question. We're not telling you just go and bring something and just create it from anywhere. No, you have that guiding, place. You can now create your vision. You can now put up what it is. There's even a template. There's a workbook template in that page. On page 11, you see a workbook. How does the vision reflect our family priorities? So you create a family vision, and then you will pick the best or the top 5 priorities, and then you frame it. We have only, I think our vision is just straightforward. 1. Then you frame it. We're going to share examples of how you can frame it. You shall frame it too. So during every Christmas, we as inner circle people are seen everywhere in printing places, framing their this thing. Some people use throw pillow. Some people just do whatever it is that you think that people will be able to be seen in your house. In fact, I remember last year in Area 10, somebody said that's how we're jamming inner circle parents from everywhere. We're a multitude. You are dealing with thousands of parents in that magnitude. We're here to shape a culture. Hey, we are here to change. We are the remnant. Well, it's not, the remnant work is not an easy work. Who told you that intentional parenting is a spa? You're not in a spa. You're not in for a spa treatment. You're in for work. Again, if it's that Christmas clothes that is holding you, please leave the Christmas clothes alone. This is your life. You are rebuilding your life. That's what we're starting from. And if you're a single person, create a personal vision. The reason you find yourself in a playful kind of marriages is because you don't know who you are. If you know who you are, you have no business falling into a trap that you shouldn't have even got into. So knowing who you are, having a principles you can uphold, changes everything about your life. Every single thing. And it's predictable. It's impossible for my children to marry and live. Impossible. And I'm saying with all sense of responsibility. Impossible. And you don't know, no, coach, what you're saying. You don't sometimes. There are things you don't see. No, I didn't see it in the Bible. This thing you're saying, that whatever can be will be. I didn't see it in the Bible. He said the expected God, he said that we give you, bring it to an expected end. There's an expected end. He said that the journey of the foolish person wearieth every single one of them because they do not know how to go to the city. I'm not weary, I have the way. Why are you weary? Why are you overwhelmed? Way. If it, believe there won't be any troubles for you. There won't be any problem for you. This is very, very important. All right. So this is what you need to do for that page. Now, once there is governance, there's stability. There's a stability kind of thing that happens in this governance. Principle number 2 is vision. We see beyond the present child. That's how the Rockefellers think. They think in generations. Their vision is not for now. Their vision, I was reading something about the Rockefellers. Their vision is for 100 years. They are asking, what will the third generation inherit? What values must continue in our family? What legacies must be preserved? You're asking what my child should eat. What to have my child survive this week. My children are not eating. That's why people ask me, when do you have time to read? I've finished 3 books already. When do you have time to read? If you can eat, you can read. I learned it from my father and the Lord. You can eat every day. You can read. Why are you overwhelmed? Your life lacks structure. And it's that structure we're trying to put together. Please, take it in. I need you to begin to ask, what will our name mean in 50 years? That's what a vision is. Only family will be known, this guy, you come out and say, my vision is that our family will be known for faith. Then you define what your children need to become for this vision to be. Then you can now say, who do I need to raise to have this vision filled? And hey, if your children are grown older, don't panic. There's no reason to panic. The moment you become, everything turns around. Every single thing. Doesn't matter your age. I've seen others in their 60s do wonders. One the other we lost last year. Oh, this year, or in the class cohort, was in his 60s. I didn't know he battled cancer for 4 years. Active, put together. Before he was done, everything. He said, I've put my family together, coach. I mean, can you wake up and say, I've put my family together? He was 67. His children were grown, old, gone. We lost him last year to cancer. You can do it. And of course, you look at the step 2, there's a mission that you need to create. You need to create the mission of your family. The mission defines how your family will live out that vision on their daily life. Actionable, practicable, reflecting habits, routines, behavior. There are things that our children can never do. It is out of the fact that there is a vision. And the mission is what they do daily so that they can meet up with that vision. That's it. That's it. So you need to ask yourself, the guiding questions there says, what daily action demonstrates our family vision? You can't be saying that you have a vision to do this and then you are doing another thing. No. You can't be saying that you were a house of learners and maybe while you're in dinner cycle 2 days, they're shouting, hey, hey, hey. You settle in. You can't be saying, well, we manage time, effectively to be able to become the people God has called us to be. Yet, you are everywhere. You're everywhere. So there's a brainstorming question. There's also a workbook template. See, this book is a cheat code. When people teach you in many, we run about the biggest academy. I don't know any other one in the world. That's the truth. And I have attended academy in parenting. And I tell you for free, nobody gives what we give. No, you didn't pay money. Forget what you paid. Forget what you paid. You didn't pay money. You just wanted. We just needed you to pay attention. That's it. We just need you to pay attention. If we're going to bill you or charge you for being here, you can't pay for it. You can't pay for it. We literally will walk you through what it is that you need to do. So you need to sit down with it. When you look at page 14 of that book, you see the workbook template. You can be writing the pages down so that you'll be able to go back to it and refer to it. All right. Principle number 3 is the communication system. Is the communication systems. The communication systems. We talk as a family. Now, the Rockefellers scheduled family meetings. Their family meetings come sometimes monthly, sometimes quarterly, depending on who they want to actually involve. That's why in the inner circle, you will do monthly meeting. Part of your 20-in-1 guide. That's why I said, get the guides. Oh, this must I? You need it. You need it. Part of your 20-in-1 guide, if you see inside that guide, you will see the family table toolkit. That's the meeting. So we used to have a family meeting plan. It's a joke with the toolkit. Now the toolkit was expanded because of what I've learned over the years. So if you bring the toolkit, then you begin the family meeting system. We need you to begin the family meeting system, all right, that you are building. So you must meet. The meeting is for you to handle conflict. The meeting is for you to handle shared decisions. The meeting is for you to handle money. The meeting is for you to handle education plan. Do you have an education plan? What are you planning? Do you know, because we have a culture of learning and we understand that schooling is just a fraction of learning. In our process, in our home, schooling is not all there is to education. That's why we invest massively in books. That's why we invest massively in travel. You're going to be learning in the inner cycle. How to cheat is not you going abroad. Very erroneous mindset we have. Traveling can be from you going to Ibadan to Abeokuta, and the change it will make in the life of your children. Sometimes we're on a trip with our children, and when I'm looking at them, I look at my children, I say, you guys are so very privileged. Not privileged with money, privileged with knowledge, wisdom. The best thing that can happen to you is the person who is raising you to be wise. That's the best thing you can give a child. I say it again. Cut down your hair. Take off salon waka, and buy your books. For now, until you learn how to build yourself, and you know, once you build capacity, you make money. You will learn in the yard. The moment you build capacity, money is not built by you running around from one job to another. That's not how. That's why there are few leaders in the world today, because certificates will get you jobs. But what gets you to the place is leadership and the sacrifices that make a leader. You need to sacrifice to build you to be able to get to where it is that you're going to. If there is anything you want to do this year, build capacity. Build capacity. Build capacity. How do you build capacity? Invest in you. Invest in you. Pay the money. Invest. All right, so sorry.
Hello everyone, my name is Olushola Omekunle, a level 1 year. I'm based in the UK. CIP has been a wonderful experience for me. You know, before I joined.
All right, so sorry about that. We actually got my network got back forth and switched on its own. I am very sorry. All right, so I was talking about building capacity. The truth of the matter is that when you build capacity, all these things you're running around for, money comes with the capacity you build. Money actually answers to skills. That's the truth. It doesn't answer to running kitty kitty. It answers to skills. What skills are you going to build? So in this year, commit to building yourself. Now, talking about family meetings, I talked about somebody said, can you start with your 4-year-old? Yes. In fact, the table toolkit, you find how you can actually build it no matter the age of your child. No matter the age of your child. So you need to be able to actually begin to look at the things that, that you're doing from day one. Let your children get used to sitting together as a family and having conversations. The reason you are yelling, beating, is because there's no structure. Our children are almost 16. We don't need to be shouting everywhere, beating. We don't own a cane. We've never owned a cane in our lives. Never. I've never had to slap a child. I've never had to beat a child. You don't need to. But you need to build capacity to do that. You need to build capacity to be able to do that. All right? So, yes, I know that this particular network I'm logged onto is a little bit fuzzy, but I'm going to get that sorted out as soon as this other network comes up. All right? Please bear with us. Number 4 principle, education and continuous development. We invest in our minds. That's one of the things that you find with the Rockefellers. The Rockefellers created educational trust, mandatory reading culture, leadership grooming in the house, exposure systems. There are exposure systems for being a Rockefeller. Yeah. Travels, museums, conferences. There is value-based media framework. Now, hear it. Part of what you're doing today is also to build your media framework. Now, let's go back to the family governance system. When you look at the workbook template on page 15, you will see the workbook. The family governance system is so sweet this year. It's looking so very nice. Well done, team, for the design. When you look at the core value section, you will see all of the different core values. I think my network is now clear. Good. You see the core value, sessions and what it is that you can do with it. You can see examples, and then you can now see roles and responsibility. Don't overwhelm yourself. You cannot build the governance system in one soup. You will build it over the years. The first thing you want to build now, your assignment, is to build your family values, your family mission, and your family your family value, your family mission, and your family, the goal of your family. That's what you need now. Family vision, family mission, and family values. Family vision, family mission, and family values. That's what you need. That's what you need right now. All right. So, one of the things that the Rockefellers did is that every child is raised to lead, not really to actually exist. So there is something. So how can you create it in your own family? You can create a family reading list. Do you know every holiday we have a reading list in my home? Every single person. There's a reading list. We have reading lists together. Right now, we've already curated reading lists. You need to go and buy books. How do you create reading big lists without buying books? There's a monthly family documentary night. When the twins are around, we have weekly family documentary night. You might want to incorporate that. But of course, in the yard, there is no month that you will not watch a documentary on this, watch a documentary on that. So our media is carefully curated. My children don't watch random TV. No. Let's just put on cartoon. And if you have a child, your child is on cartoon 1 to 4, take it out. You will do yourself a whole lot of good. There are documentaries that even your 4-year-old can watch. By the way, your less than 2-year-old have no business with the screen. You've heard me say that over and over again. Take out the screen. You don't need it. Then for the ones that are 3 and above, I have a niece. She has never watched the screen. She has no business with it. 3 and above, there are documentaries you can expose them to. Now, children started watching Oversimplified. It's a documentary on history. And, they started watching it when they were about 4. They watched 10 minutes. It's very simple. 10 minutes. You don't need more than 10 minutes. Let them be able to go and play. Another thing you need to do is to build a family media plan. What they must consume. All right? Media plan. What they must consume. So you have the family media blueprint. You have the family media blueprint. So in the family media blueprint, there are systems we have laid out. Part of what you came here with is for you to actually check out and build that media blueprint. So there are things that have already been laid out for the family media blueprint for us to be able to now create it. Now, usually it was a family media plan. We had that. But this has been created. The truth of the matter is that we can't stay in a place. Parenting is fast, furious, and very fast. So we've upgraded it. There's now family curated media. There's now social media. There's now AI. Now today, the team and I built a tool that is free from my heart, but I'm not giving it to everybody. When you submit your assignment, you get that tool. What is that tool? I curated a 3-month, call it a 3-month system that's going to help your child and you to be able to actually clean up your media. Because I find out that's one of the problems we have. So I created a 3-month media plan. A 3-month media plan, January to March. So we modeled it. It's designed to discipline your children, shape their values, and reinforce your family culture. So when you create your media plan, see, if you don't have a media plan, your children will watch porn easily. You must curate your system to actually, help them to do these things. So you must build a family media plan. So in that family media plan that we've created, there are different aspects of it you must pay attention to. So what I've created in the 3 months, guiding principles for all in the 3 months, I created what we call content matching value. I created what we call media, before whatever it is that you're doing. So in the first month, curation and cleansing. That's what you need to do in January. Remove the noise, reset the atmosphere, rebuild the foundation. All right. And then detox media. Somebody is saying, oh, somebody was asking me, hey, I'm going to buy the resources you get in the inner circle is more than what you even pay for to start with. So get ready for it. But if you're ready to work, I'm ready to give you. That's the truth. If you're ready to work, I don't have a problem with giving our resources. All right. And then we will do the media audit week. We'll do the, what you need to do, review the YouTube systems, review your own media systems, then build a family playlist, media playlist, not music, media playlist. So there'll be a media like what you will watch, what your family, because I know that a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have that. Then week 3, you now do the educational content introduction. You now begin to replace. You don't remove and leave it empty. You must remove and replace. Then week 4, you now have the character media. How do you build character? How does your movies, all right? How does your movies actually begin to put a lot of things in the places? Okay? How does it really work? And then you have growth and exposure. Then, of course, in month 2, you now begin to feed the mind. You now begin to strengthen the values. You now begin to build intentionality. And then in month 3, that's the work week 1, week 2, week 3. And in month 3, you now begin to now look at your monthly media toolkit. What are the things that we're supposed to have? So when you remove, you must replace. When you remove, you must replace. Again, until your assignment comes in, that's when I'm going to give you. And that's what we're using from January, February, March. So make sure that your assignment comes in if you want. So you must have a media plan to use this. If you don't have a media plan, there is no how. All right? You can use this tool. Now, if you look at the family media blueprint, all right? You look at the media vision. You need to create a family media vision and values. You need to create a family mission and values. Now, the family vision for media, what you want for technology, how do you want to use your media every day? See, technology can work for you. Technology can work for you. The truth of the matter is that if you use technology intentionally, it makes all the difference. But the problem most of the times is that we don't use technology intentionally. We use it just randomly. So family media values, the things that you have, what are the kind of things we must watch? My children don't watch Nigerian movies. And I tell you what, I'm true Nigerian. I love Nigeria. We watch a lot of history in my home. Watch a lot of documentary. My children probably know about the war, the documentaries and everything. But we don't watch Nigerian. The African magic Nigerian movie created is over-sexualized. It doesn't appeal to our media value system. So we can't use it in this time. There are few that my children have been able to watch, right? That we've seen lessons, we needed to teach something with, and we're able to. Before our children watch anything, we watch it, we curate it, we ask ourselves questions. Why must they watch it? Why do they need it? And then we will now present it. So that's what we do. So you need to have a core media, values, your vision, your mission for media. Then you need to now have family mission for media. What's the mission of your media in your home? You need to now do a media inventory. What's your media inventory? List all the media resources in your home: devices, phones, tablets, TVs, gaming consoles. Gaming console is a media device. I hope you know that your children can chat on their gaming consoles. On PS4, they can chat on it. My children don't use phones, but they are on this, watching TV, watching and all of that. But there are rules to our media. There are rules to it. For instance, you don't go on internet without what we call a trusted adult. And there are only about three trusted adults around my children in the now, in our home, around the system we have created. My husband, myself, their uncle, which is an external trusted adult that is in the system. He's also listening to me right here. So you must create a system that helps your children. Our children are almost 16. I don't know about you. You can trust your children to go online. I don't trust the internet. Neither do I trust any teenager anyways. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. So if you must do, parenting is not built on trust. Parenting is built on systems. Parenting is built on structures. Parenting is built on strategies. If you do parenting on emotions, you will fail at it. Oh, I just trust my children. They've been able to do it and all of that. No, we don't work like that. We don't work like that. You will need to work by the principles. So that's why you need this foundation. The reason you are learning these foundational issues is so that you will be able to balance all of these. So that when we are now doing the classes in January, it will make sense. Because right about now, if you say, oh, okay, part of our media plan is that my child is not going to use, our children do not have any use to use a smartphone until they are 18. It's part of our media plan. But we have been able to internalize it through the process from day one. So our children are not fighting. They are teenagers. They are not fighting. So if there is any atom of fight, it is because you've not curated a system. You've not created a system. So you don't build your parenting on trust. You build your parenting on systems. Let me tell you one of the very numerous stories that I tell in the yard. So recently, our son came up. He was going to host a group of his friends. And then he decided that before you host people in my house, you must have a plan. So he decided that, he has done it for a long time. So therefore, some of his friends' parents are here in the Nasek. Yeah. So therefore, he does not need to do anything. I said, okay. He said, don't you trust me? I'm responsible. I've done this for years. I know what it is. It's okay, sir. Please, can you hand me over the plan? My son kept my husband and I awake till like 12 midnight, arguing why he doesn't need to make a plan, arguing why, his friends, 6 boys in my house, like how? I leave my whole house for you, 6 of you. I said, there must be somebody shepherding. There must be systems in place. There must be. Do you know that 2 hours of your child's life with those friends can change everything? So it's not about trust. Do I trust my children? Yes. But my parenting system itself, we don't build it on trust. We build it on strategy, systems, structures, and principles. And part of your strategy is your media plan. So I'm not going to say my children will know how to walk around on the internet. So therefore, they can just go to the internet. No, I'm not going to say my children will know how to navigate social media. You are already drowned in social media. How come your child, who is less than 18, is able to survive? You've not built capacity. Even a person who is in their 20s or even their 30s that do not have the discipline to build capacity on how to manage social media will drown. So the first thing we're doing is to build capacity for our children. So when they get on social media, they will actually be able to use social media positively. Social media is a positive use of things. If you have no value to give from social media, you're just scrolling away your life. That's the truth. That's the truth. So somebody has built something valuable. That is supposed to be an enhancer of our lives. An enhancer of our lives. It's not something we depend on. And that's why I say that your children, the skills they need to try in the 21st century is not on the screen. It is outside of the screen. It's outside of the screen. Tech is an enhancer. It's an enhancer. So you say, your children need to be on social media because they need to know how to navigate it. My children have never been on any social media, but they are very highly tech savvy. Highly, extremely. When I wanted to get my phone, my son was telling me, just hold on, Mom. Don't buy this phone yet. Let me do a study on it. And then let me tell you what it entails and the mechanisms and the things that there is. He did a whole full study and did a presentation. How to raise children who can actually navigate the process. It doesn't need to be on. Tech is not social media. Social media is just a fraction of tech. So why are you stuck there? Why are you stuck there? We're raising children who are so addicted. Scratch that. You and I know that you are even addicted to your phone. The reason you cannot read up the chats in the inner circle is that you are looking for VDM to actually go and listen to. You are scrolling through Facebook, I said it at the induction. The thing you want to do is maybe, if you don't have anything that you're doing on social media, you're not a value-driven person on your social circle. First thing you want to do is to uninstall it. Go and build capacity, build value, then come back. You can't find me scroll through people that are not valuable to me on social media. I don't even scroll. I want something, I go to page, I read up what I need to go, and I get out. I have the discipline to do it. Do you know that my engagement time on social media, I have a timer. Every day is less than 1 hour. Every single day. How do I spend more than 1 hour on social media? Like how? How do you want to solve? How do you want to build your life? How do you want to build your life? You can't build your life like that. So one of the rules, and this thing that I'm teaching you, we have done it with our foster daughter. One of the rules in our home, when you are creating our family media plan, is that you must build capacity, build value, and tell us what your value you are bringing to social media before you get on it. It's not about age. Our foster daughter went on social media at 23. When she went, she understood how to create social media. She went on social media. Then she goes out. You don't see her. She hey, back from this place. Oh wow! And I have wow. Pepper them. That's not what you're here for. She has a proper give back. She has a proper system of what is she does on social media. So she's not random. She's not random. When you don't curate that system for your children, they will be random. They will be everywhere. Everything works. So already, our children, part of what they are building now is what will you be doing on social media when you get there? Will you consume content? Yes. But you must also create. You must also create. What are you creating? Adata loves to cook. Already she's preparing herself. She said, the social media I'm going to be on will be YouTube. I just want to do cooking, stuff, cooking classes. And I'm not interested in being on any other social media that is core. My core place will be YouTube. As some say he wants to do tech explanations. And my store place is going to be YouTube. We are planning. We are building. We are building. I don't want my children to just loiter around on social media. Some of us are just loitering around on social media. You just scroll and laugh. You wake up in the morning, you're watching skits. Like, really? Hey, can you just say, hey? Okay, people that tie hair, men that must wear bonnets and wear gown for them to actually do skits. That's a joke. That means your life is a joke. That's what it means. You're following people who add no value to your life. None. The first time I heard Papa, Bishop David Oyedepo, say, he said, people, those who make news, do not watch news. It sounded somehow to my ear. I was not an impact maker. Today I don't watch. I have no business with news. Is it about being bad? No. You get to a point, you understand that you are busy creating. You make news yourself. I've never watched myself on TV before. Never ever. Like you come out on, and I'm always on the media channels. The other day they were showing me on channels, and somebody screenshot and then shared with me. I said, I've never even watched myself. I've never seen myself on channels on Silver. I've never seen myself on any of those. It's just people standing to me. I saw you. I'm busy creating. I need you to go back to the creativity part of you. That's who you are. When you are done building capacity, you can come back to navigate. I think that the first thing you want to do is to re-associate and reevaluate your own tech process. So the media plan also holds you accountable as a person. There are people I don't follow on social media. Never. You can't see me. You can't see me. So you want to go back to your systems. And here's the thing. Part of our family vision and mission is actually to become be impact makers. I don't need to preach it. I live the life of impact. When you create these values, when you create this mission, when you create this vision, you are the one that will live it. I'm not preaching to my children. Our family mission is to make impact in the world. They already can say it. I live the life of impact. Impact. God made you as a creator, not just a consumer. So I've made you in my own image. God is called the creator of the universe. You are a creator. A creator. What are you creating? That's the question you need to ask yourself today. What are you creating? What are you creating? Are you just consuming? Media is not for you to consume only. It's also for you to create. So that is one of the things that you want to put in your media plan. So your family media blueprint must contain these guides. There has to be a screen time guideline. You go to some houses, your TV is on from morning till night. Maka, why? Why? You have TVs in your room. Why? There's no guide. Everybody just wakes up and just watches anything. A lot of people that know me know that I'm not giving to television, I'm not giving to screens. No, I'm not. I can say, by the way, we have common rooms. We have 3 sitting rooms in my home today. The truth of the matter is that I've not sat in most of those sitting rooms in a while just to watch TV. I just flip through TV. I don't flip through TVs. Even my watching TV in our home, when we want to watch TV, is curated. It's curated. One of the things you want to do is to shut down your TV for a while. Shut it down. You find out that what you put out, when you put out these TVs that you are so attached to, your time will double. The time you waste on media, consuming, is one part of why you're overwhelmed. That's part of it. Take out TV just for just a while. You will see how your life and the life of your children will turn around. Replace television with puzzles. Replace them with paint by numbers. Your creativity will come alive. The other day, somebody came to our house. There was a flower vase that is actually just beside, the setting of the systems today. The setting of the parlor, the sitting room. I think yes, in the major sitting room. And the person picked it up. I said, "Such a beautiful vase." I said, "It was made by my daughter." It's because we've taken out the screen to the nearest way possible and replaced with things that can make them think. I'm not overwhelmed. I can never be overwhelmed. Meanwhile, my table is a lot. As I talk to you, we're preparing for back to school. All the others understand what that means, but I'm going to share with you so that you understand when our children arrive home, there have to be structures that put things running. I'm still going to be at the school event today. You're wondering how I shall be, and you shall see pictures. Why? Systems put in place. That's the only way. That's the only way. So if you're not creating anything, come out first. Build capacity first. Then you can now go back. So take out that television, replace with puzzle. There's Relish signature. We've already ordered our Relish signature tools for the holiday. We don't do screens in that manner. There's no kind of game you won't find in my house. None, including Alancho. If you're Igbo, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what they call it in Yoruba. What do they call it? Ayo. Yes, that's what they call it. Alancho, ayo. There's no localo, foreigno, whatever. Provided the game is made somewhere. Once we enter, we get that game inside our home. We have a particular sitting room where it's just games. Sometimes we're just playing game all day. No TV, just talking and playing games. Replace that screen today. Replace that screen with puzzles, with paint by numbers. Go and be looking for Relish signature. That's why I said to you, we buy. You will buy. The Bible says, buy the truth. Buy the truth and sell it not. Sell it not. Take out this DSTV. Why are you paying for DSTV subscription? And you're crying for buying books, something that will make you. Do you know how much your life will be made? Do you know why? Do you know why you can't create? You're consuming the wrong things. The moment you begin to consume the right things, something changes. You just see yourself bustling with a lot. You just see yourself bustling with a lot. Just try for 1 minute. Take out that screen you're consuming. Shut it out. You see what will happen to your life. Tell yourself, this resources in inner circle, I will consume all of it. All of it. Buy. Go and buy those puzzles. You're not buying it for me. If you go and buy puzzles in reality, you not give me. We have more than 30 puzzles in my house currently. We build it. Sometimes in our home, all we're doing is that we're lying down in the sitting room and we're gisting and we're building the puzzles. Do you know what puzzles can do to the life of your child? So the other day, they were talking about how many people who do TD in school. And they were like, they said there are only 6 people who do TD. My 2 children are inside TD class. And I'm not wondering, it's because they are very logical. There's a capacity they have built. My children don't struggle with mathematics, physics, logical things, so they don't. Why? From day one, puzzles, paint by numbers, Legos, the amount of money we have spent buying Legos in my life. I've even gone to Legoland to go and pack Lego and come back. Sometimes when we're coming back, our boxes are full of books, not clothes. You don't need clothes. You don't need more than 3 clothes to survive. That's the truth. They don't. They don't. All right? Can really create different holiday bundles. So really have different holiday bundles. They do have. Go to their page. I'm sure we're going to share. I have, part of what my children are opening today as a package for comeback is the 12 days of Christmas from Relish Signature. That's what they are opening. That's part of their gift. So when my children are coming back, we set up the table like royalty. And yes, we get gifts. They work in. You're going to learn all of that. There's a lot to learn in the inner circle. There's so much for you to learn. So you need to be able to, somebody saying what is the technical drawing, sorry for that. You need to be able to actually curate this system. Now look at what just media. See where media has taken us to. I've shared with you how media has translated the life of my children. I shared with you how taking out screen changed their life. So that child that is struggling with mathematics, it's not by bringing more math teacher. I tell you something in the inner circle. Sack your math teacher. After 1 year, sack your lesson teacher. Sack the lesson teacher. I'm sorry if you're a lesson teacher. Sorry, no vex. After 1 year, come back. But commit to doing all the tools. Commit to doing all the courses. After 1 year, come back. That money you are paying, that extra money, use it to actually get your courses. Use it to buy your books. You will see the differentiating. The difference is like night and day. The truth of the matter is that most children struggle just because parents don't know what to do. My time is running fast. I have just 10 minutes to go. Now, principle number 5 from the Rockefellers: value and culture. No child outgrows the family values. That's the strongest pillar of the Rockefeller dynasty. All right? Children are taught from childhood. All right? Children are taught from childhood. Children are taught responsibility, hard work. These values are passed on intentionally. They are not assumed. Children are trained until the values become part of their identity. And those who values, what they watch, who they marry. I was reading the Rockefeller system. I saw that who they marry was part of their value system. Yadas, have you heard me talk about this before? When I was studying it, I said, this is what we teach now. Come on now. Who they marry, how they behave, what they build. Do you know that what they build is part of their value system? Do you know that how they treat people? How can you do this? You need to identify 5 mandatory family values. We talked about that. All right? Define them. Put them together. Reinforce them with media plan. You build a family where character is the culture. So all of these 5 things, what are we talking about? Create your family governing system. This is your blueprint. Establish a multi-generational vision. Your family name should mean something. Institutionalize your family communication. No guesswork, no assumptions. Structure talking, structure everything. Make education and exposure a strategy. Every child must have a development plan. What is the development plan of your child? You need to go and create it now. How will this child develop? I'm not talking about how they go to school. How will they develop? We have a development plan. But our development plan is exposure to the different history of the earth that exists. That's part of our exposure plan. We will rather pay school fees and pay 500,000, take the rest and go and do exposure. Because there is a plan, there's a system. There's a system. All right. So that's exactly what we are teaching you here. Systems for you to actually be able to build it all together. Now, let's quickly move. What are the 5 core principles of running family as a business? Number 1 is vision and mission. A family without a vision is like a ship without a compass. So your legacy is not in what you leave behind, it's what you build in your children's life. So every family is the business and your values are the currency. You must spend them wisely. So if you don't invest in your children, society will pay. The truth of the matter is that you harvest what you invest. You harvest what you invest. You harvest what you invest. Number 2, values are a foundation. If your children don't see you living your values, they will actually borrow whatever it is that they see. So you need to identify your core values and begin to live them. If you say that part of your value is to become a disciplined person, then begin to train yourself to be disciplined. Number 3, roles and responsibility. Just like any business, roles must be assigned to everybody. Clarify who does what in the family. Clarify who is the leader. Clarify who are the contributors. Clarify who does what. Number 4, investment and growth. Every family must invest in resources. Time, money, growth. Families must do the same. You must invest in personal development. You must invest. There must be a personal development budget for your children. There's Girls Hub. Is a child there? There is Voice Leadership Academy. I'm not telling you what I'm not doing. Our son was a camp commandant in the last camp at Kochibuka's camp in Port Harcourt. Because we traveled for vacation in Japan, we couldn't meet up to be in Abuja. Our son flew from Abuja to Port Harcourt to attend camp. It is standard. And he went alone. Nobody went with him. He will go alone now. That's a conversation for another day. Nobody went with him. So what's my point? You must have a plan. Our system have a plan every year for training. There's a plan. There is a budget for it. It's not left to chance. You must invest in personal education. You must invest in quality time for the family. Budget activities. There is money budgeted for family bonding. For us, there's money budgeted for vacation. There's money budgeted for classes. My children belong to the money click kids in the Naira Academy. It's essential to me because I don't want my children to be afraid of money. Most of us are afraid of money. Some of you will say, are we going to pay again? I'm not afraid of money. I will charge you for the value that I bring. Oh, I will charge you comfortably. It doesn't matter what you say. I'm very comfortable in my skin. Ask questions. The value I bring, but if it's value, I will give you value. So if you're going to book for a one-on-one session of my time for an hour, you pay 300,000. That's the truth. I sit on it and I'm unapologetic about charging you. I have to learn it. I want my children to begin to learn about money, thinking money is evil, money is this, money is this one, money is that one. No, from day one, they are learning money and they are learning the currency of money. They are learning the currency of money. They understand how to make money. So they are not afraid of money. They understand that money is value driven. I build skills. I provide value. And then I have money. So right now we are building. I'm not raising children who will follow. We are raising children who will lead. And leadership is not born. You actually settle down to deal so that you can learn leadership. I build capacity so I can comfortably charge you for my value. For every speaking engagement that I do now, if I'm going to speak for 1 hour, you pay nothing less than 2.5 million for me to speak in that engagement. I'm unapologetic about it. I build value. If easy, make you run out. I build value. That's why I said to you, drop all these things. The first thing to do is to build value. You see that wig? Fling it. Sell your wig to buy wings for your children to fly. Sell your wigs. When you're done, you will be able to buy many of it. That car you're planning to buy to go and pepper them, sir. That's not what is needed. You get to a point where car is no longer the problem. You don't pepper them with it. You don't buy car and you're making noise. No, you don't. You're settled. Something you get to. It's just capacity building. You bring value. You bring value. You bring value. The moment you bring value to the table, every pressure goes away. Every pressure goes away. So build yourself first. Build yourself first. Leave hanging out with the boys, sir. These children is the focus. Build as you're building them, you're building you. That's why parenting is about you. That's why the inner circle is the game changer. So if you're trying to help your children, you know that you don't have an option than to become. The moment you become, everything changes. Everything. Spend money and build you. You find out that you will be able to make it in 1 million folds comfortably. People pay for value. It doesn't matter how much it is. Trust me, I know. Because I'm a high-level value-driven individual. And you know what? Even as expensive as whatever speaking engagement it is that you see and all of that, I am always fully booked. Now me, they run. One-on-one session, I'm still the one running. How much did you pay for inner circle? 150,000, right? 120, 140, depending on when it is that you came in, for a whole year. You're going to sit with me for 1 hour, you pay 300,000. And people are booking on a daily basis. Why? There is a value I will bring to the table you cannot deny. It doesn't matter whether you like me or not. I tell my children, people don't need to like you. You just need to be valuable. You can say, why is she shouting? I saw somebody say, hey, reduce your voice. The voice will not reduce, sir. You are going to hear bad words throughout the year. As we are going, the tempo will be going. There's an urgency that is required from my assignment for you to act with urgency. Sometimes, I even get to actually in a space, and I'm like, oh, just be gentle. Sorry, no vex. When it comes, and we move. We're not the owners of ourselves. We're not the owners of ourselves. You must understand that there is something you must bring to the table. Something you must bring to the table. So whether boss is going to come, it comes all through. Sometimes if I'll say, I'm going to be very gentle today, and all of that. And then somebody saw me and said, Coach, you're very calm in real life. You're so gentle and all of that. How come? I said, I like that. How come? Yeah. I said, it's part of it. It's part of sitting. And then when God calls you for some mountains, some things you don't have control over. That's a conversation for another day. Anyways. So please bear with my extra. My extra is going to extra you. If he rubs you off wrongly, then you get on the wrong lane instantly. He won't do what it is that God is sending you to do. So please take the message. If you don't love the messenger, it's okay. You don't need to love me for me to be valuable to you. Bring your value to the table. Take it. Run with it. That's what is going to change your life. Bring value. My children have had instances in school, and I told them, I said, the more valuable you are, the more you increase your likability quotient. That's the truth. Even when people, all right, even when people do not like what it is that they don't have a choice. I'm not ice cream. I'm a leader. So there are some times I will say things that will hit you in this next 365 days. Test it. It will hit you, but it will make you. Some things I say, I don't even want to say it. There are some classes I say, and the Holy Spirit takes over. In the next 1 hour, 30 minutes, I don't know how to stop. So better chase it. Just tell yourself that in this whole 365 days, I will be hearing and be running with instruction. All right. Time won't even permit me. There's a lot to stay in the yard, but of course, as we're going, we're going to be looking at the things that we need to share in the yard. And then finally, right? I talked about family structures and systems, talked about family media plan. Yes, what your children listen to, what they watch, what they read. My children don't read just anything. What they read. What they read. Very important. What they read. All right. And let me tell you this thing about, being rubbed off. Anyway, we will get there. Being, your children. Some of us also get rubbed off. Our children coming home and then, saying things like, oh, the teacher didn't do this for me. They didn't like me. They did. Go back home and begin to build the capacity of your child instead of complaining, okay? That's one thing that will be a game changer. A game changer. A game changer. All right? This is very, very important. Remember, we fly by instructions. I want you to go and sit with the instructions of today. There's something that happened to you. You just don't know it. That's the truth. I'm not carelessly called. I'm called for a reason. I'm not careless. It's not and I make proud to say it because I know it. I know it. That's an important aspect of your journey. All right. And then lastly, on core principles of running a business, accountability. A business measures performance. That's why you're here. Plans, sustainability. All right. Families must do the same by staying accountable. You must stay accountable. Stay accountable to a system. Don't run away. Stay accountable. This is very important. And build the kind of capacity that people can't resist. The more capacity you build, and this is my advice to everybody, the more valuable you are. Whether at your work, whether at anywhere, stop chasing promotion, start chasing capacity. There's a level of capacity you build, you become indispensable. That's the truth. You become solidly indispensable. By the time I was leaving, you said some few years ago, I was an indispensable staff. Oh, they first of all converted me. Oh, let me do consultancy. Oh, they now just like that. I was indispensable. Do you know that as a parent, you can become indispensable? I told someone, I said, my parenting journey will never end. The Bible says a child that does not, a child, say a child is a child forever to me. And I'm going to be relevant all through my life to my children. Even in my 80s, I'll be sitting down as a metra and be dishing wisdom. So build wisdom. Build wisdom. Build yourself. If they stay read the book, stay down, stay awake, and read it until you finish reading it. I sat down in my life when I was making changes about my life at some point in my life 10 years ago, before I turned 40, on my 30th, and I read a book, James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. And if you're sharp, you'll be gathering the books as we go now. I read it in one sitting. I didn't stand up to eat. I didn't stand up to drink. I didn't stand up to do anything. My life took it on. Books will make your life. Book. I knew on that day that when I read that book, something happened. Nobody needed to tell me. Sit and read. They say, no, you need to build your family constitution. Hey, 100 page. Hey, when that sit, get into the toilet. I know fathers who are in the ship. I know military men who are in the yard. And I mean military men in war zone. They're doing the job. I know fathers who are in the ship who are here doing the job. I was telling a story about my dad doing surgery last year. I entered this thing in Cedar Crest, and he was doing a knee replacement surgery. I finished a life like this, entered into the hospital, and I found the doctor. The doctor was a yada. And he said, Coach, what are you doing here? I said, that's my father. He said, I just finished webinar with you. He was going to operate on my dad. He was going to operate on my dad. He said, Coach, I just finished my assignment. I just did it because I knew that I have surgery all through the day. And I'm sitting. I'm not the busiest person here. Wake up. Wake up. If your life is going to change, then you must do something to make it change. You must do something to make it change. Your capacity. That's the only way. If you need to stay awake to read, stay awake and read. Stay awake and read. If you can eat, you can read. If you can read, if you can eat, you can journal. You're using to talk this one, talk that one, talk that one. You can use it to change your life. This is where we end the webinar for today. My goodness. I hope you're ready. I hope you're really ready. The inner circle will tear you out. Sometimes you finish the thing to me, you are angry. But your holy anger, I love it. If you are not upset when you are done listening to me, something is wrong. I'm not here to make you like me. I'm not ice cream. I am a leader. I'm here to make you grow. I'm here to push you to your transformation. That's my job. And you see this tempo, it doesn't end till the year ends. Some people say, Coach, we get tired. I don't get tired. I've been graced for this job on this mountain. It's a daily task. Every day I hold myself accountable to the people that I'm called to. You are here not by error. You are here intentionally by the marking of God. God brought you here for a reason. Don't kid yourself. Stand up and do the work. And this is where we end the conversation of the day. And of course, remember that when it comes to raising children, a family without priorities will eventually sacrifice the future on the altar of convenience. Parents who chase money and neglect their children will one day pay the price no currency can ever cover. Please don't give your children the remnants of your time. Not when you're tired from work and when they're talking, you're just irritated. Give them the time that is quality. Teach them that they are worth more than that distraction. So one of the things you must learn is that God will not fix what you don't prioritize. Prioritize your family today and God will fix it. Your assignment is supposed to be submitted, team, on the 30th of December 2025. don't try the TIP police this time. One of the ways is that we're going to yank you off the app if you don't do your assignment. My mother inclusive, she's here. She can hear me. She knows. Yes, Dana, she says, I need to do that. I say, you need to do it, ma. All my siblings are here. Everybody does it. I'm not your sister. I am not your brother. But neither am I your child inside the inner circle. I'm the VC, a title I love to love. It doesn't matter where you are. Star, ma, get help. And ensure that you do your family value system. I know there are single people here. Please do your family. It's you. Your family starts with you. Your family starts with you. So do it with yourself. What is your value? What is your principle? What is your mission? What is your vision? You don't need to be married to have a vision. You don't need to be married to have a mission. You don't need to be married to have core values. The reason you are attaching yourself to people that don't make sense is because you don't have value. So anybody, anything goes. Anything goes. Anything goes. Not here. So create and submit your assignment. You're creating your family values. Remember that your family governing system is an ongoing document. And you must use that document, the family value. Go and buy. Stop jumping up and down. Buy. That money you're supposed to use and buy Coke. You have no reason drinking Coke. None. Don't go drink Coke here. Go and buy all these. Hey, it was for 1,000. Hey, it's now 1,000. 2,500 naira. Go and buy it. Stop harassing us with plenty things. Must I buy? Hey, buy. Hey, buy. How much is it? Sit down and pay the price for your life now so that you can become. Do not forget. Get your journal. This is very important. Get the hard copies if you can. Reach out to Witty-Mite. We don't print, like I said. I had to buy my own myself. My own was also bought. All right. Get your journal. Start your journey. Your life is important. And get ready. There are courses in January. There are things to do. Just get up your loins. This is the only webinar for the year. The next webinar you're going to hear will be our Christmas party, right? Where we're going to bring the Gov and my dear amazing mentor to also come and teach, all right, in the system. But apart from that, you're just going to be receiving voice notes. Voice note is Monday to Friday. There's no voice note on Saturday and Sunday. And of course, and then you also now be talking about your assignment. If you have questions, no shame. Talk about it. Share it. There's nothing like, we are spamming this way. We talk about the community is for us to spam it with our journey. That's what the community is for. Speak, talk, so that you can become. Stop scrolling through it. And let's figure this WhatsApp community should be where you are scrolling every day. Scroll on it, read it. Read it. But you are going to scroll and find out how much football and who is winning and who is not winning. And you find out what club has won. You watch football for 90 minutes. You can't watch webinar. Please, nobody should try me. Not this year. This is where I end the class. See you right in the yard. Do the work. If you can watch Nigerian movie for 1 hour, 30 minutes, then you can watch webinars. If you can watch football for 90 minutes non-stop, then webinar is for you. Create the time. The time is there. You will choose what you prioritize. Remember, God will fix what you won't prioritize. Start with your family. Thank you, and do have an amazing, amazing day.
Common phrases in the inner circle. Let's go.
You're coming for an inner circle webinar and you're not with your yellow blanket with red trimmings. Is that even a joke?
Oh, I'm running and I'm not looking back because 10,000 lions are chasing me. I have watched all the webinars, but today, Coach came with a bazooka.
Even with my humility agbada, I still collected.
If you're not in the ark, you better enter now because flood na bia o.
In the inner circle, we dey walk and they show.
TIP police is coming for you. There's no how-ness here.
You definitely cannot relate because you are not in the yard.
If you are not in the yard.
Why not?